Wimbledon semi-final preview: Novak Djokovic versus Cam Norrie, the world number one versus the British hopeful Cam Norrie. And I have to say, a lot of people would have been thinking, well, British hopeful surely means Andy Murray. No, it means Cam Norrie, the Indian Wells champion from last year. Of course, not too long ago was he in the top 10 as well, about 6 months ago. And Novak Djokovic, the reigning Wimbledon champion, he's in his first ever semi-final. Norrie Djokovic in his first, or well, in his upteenth semi-final. Who knows what number it is for him in terms of Grand Slam semi-finals, and he'll be looking to win yet another Wimbledon title as well. Djokovic, after winning numerous over a number of years. So let's break it down. First of all, we're going to talk about their route to the semi-finals. Then I'm going to talk about it from a tactical standpoint, and I'll give you my prediction at the end as well. Okay, so let's do it in chronological order. So Djokovic in his first round had Kwon, won in 4 sets. Kwon, the young Korean, took the second set off him. In the end, Djokovic came through. Kokkinakis, someone who a lot of people thought he might have some trouble with, brushed him aside like he was nothing. Kecmanovic, good win there as well, and straight sets and bagel to boot. And then came the kind of more tricky matches. Tim Ritterven, hopefully I haven't, or Tim van Ritterven even, hopefully I haven't butchered his name. He took a set of Djokovic. He is in great form. In the end, though, he couldn't succumb. The ridiculously high mountain that is Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon at the moment, and he had to concede. Jannik Sinner, I mean, this was an interesting one and a very tough test for Novak Djokovic. Jannik Sinner winning the first 2 sets, playing some fantastic tennis. Djokovic, though, then went through the gears after from set 3 onwards, won comfortably in those 3 sets anyway, and 5 sets in the bag for Djokovic going into the semi-final. For Cam Norrie, it was a different story. He won in straight sets against Andahar, then came up against another Spaniard and had to win in 5 sets. I'm pretty sure it was 2-1 down there, so had to win the 4th and 5th sets to win. Beat Steve Johnson in straight sets and his fellow American Tommy Paul in straight sets as well. And then David Goffin, who's in great form, beat Francis Tiafoe to get through to the quarterfinal stage. He again had to come back from 2-1 down to beat Goffin in 5. So look, both guys fighting really hard, and that I guess is in, it's in kind with their character, right? So great to see. Okay, let's talk about it from a tactical point of view, and I guess first of all we can talk about what both players kind of bring to the matchup. We can start with Cam Norrie because I feel like he is a player who people won't know as much of in terms of his attributes, let's say, right? He's definitely less talked about, that's for sure. So Cam Norrie, let's talk about him first. Return, pretty solid. Serve, not the elite serve. I think it's one that is serviceable, but it's not an elite serve, I'd say the least. He'll hit his spots at times, but could be better. Forehand is much improved. A shot that actually was very, very kind of average for a long period of time. Not really much pop to it. Wasn't really convinced hitting it. Now he has found this balance, which is controlled aggression on not just the forehand, but generally in his game. And it's the reason why he has made the semi-finals here at Wimbledon. He's one of the only players who has this massive disparity between forehand and backhand, and the way the difference, I guess, in how he hits each stroke is just huge. The forehand high topspin, backhand flatter. So high topspin and more coverage over the net. And obviously higher bounce after impact, backhand, flat over the net, higher speed through the air, skids on. And it's one of those things where you will get 2 different balls from him in the same rally, right? Because you'll hit to his forehand and he'll give you that higher topspin, then backhand will be flat, and you're having to constantly adjust. And it's different when you are facing someone who might slice periodically, because you know what to do. When someone slices, automatically your head's like, okay, I know what to do. But when Norrie hits a backhand, you're not thinking, oh, this might skid on, more like a slice and a drive backhand. You're just thinking, oh, he just hit a drive backhand. So he does have that to his advantage in a way. RBA is another player who's got that kind of similar disparity between forehand and backhand. And then we talk about, I guess, his all-round game, his tenacity, his ability to chase down balls, extremely fit. His endurance is there. He is tenacious. He will fight very hard till the end. He's not the most talented player, but he's getting everything out of his. I guess he's getting everything out of his ability that he can, out of his body, out of his potential that he can, and that's great to see. I think that's pretty much Cam Norrie. I'd like to see him slice as well, although the slice isn't, again, as I said, elite or world class yet, I would say personally, but we shall see. I'm sure he will try to slice a lot against Djokovic. For Djokovic, we know what he's about. Probably the best returner ever. His serve is so improved, hits his spots, fantastic spot server, and someone who I think, is now clutch in those breakpoint opportunities because he can hit an ace, he can hit an unreturnable, and it's becoming more and more frequent. We know how good the backhand is, probably the best two-handed backhand on tour. Can go cross court very comfortably, find fantastic angles, can also go down the line, able to hit, backhands and ground strokes on almost in the splits and running at full pelt. Look, I mean, we know how good he is. The balance is there in terms of his body balance. The timing is there in the ground strokes. He looks majestic as always. His ability to, of course, get around the court defensively as well, fantastic. He'll defend deep down the middle when he needs to and induce errors from the opponent. He will come to the net at the right times, and he knows how to now approach the net and be more proactive there and finish off points, I think, in a more quiet fashion rather than grinding from the back all the time. He'd like to shorten points, and you could see that was quite evident against Sinner. But he wasn't really letting him. Cam Norrie will see if he will as well, or he'll be able to stop him in any way, shape, or form. Then if we talk about it from a more tactical standpoint, we'll look at it from the serve return dynamic first, and we can talk about Norrie's serve. And I think Djokovic's return will have a lot of success against the Norrie serve, and I feel as if there's going to be a lot of breakpoint opportunities. Whether he can take them or not, I'm not sure. For Djokovic, his serving is, as I said, much improved in his spots, but we'll see. We'll see, because Cam Norrie is someone who, as I said, is tenacious, but he will try and get everything on it, and he will do his best to make Djokovic play an extra shot if he has to, and I'm sure that would be pretty inconvenient for Novak Djokovic for sure. The drop shot hasn't been working that well for Djokovic, especially in the last round, but it's something that he might utilize against Norrie. Again, it just seems to be like part of his arsenal now, where he will push players back and then hit the drop shot. Just needs to avoid hitting it with so much coverage or into the net. Just find that happy medium, but I'm sure that will come back. And then we're talking about the forehand to backhand exchanges. So I think Norrie's forehand into Djokovic's backhand is an interesting one. I'm not quite sure how many points he'll be able to win off that exchange, but it will be some. Then we've got Norrie's backhand into Djokovic's forehand. And, again, he'll hit flat to that side. That might give him an advantage, actually. I don't think Djokovic likes hitting the forehand at his ankles. If Cam Norrie is going to go cross court, he needs to go cross court kind of flat. And just crazy. In terms of volleying as well, I don't really see either serve volleying a lot or coming to the net all the time, but in some opportune moments, I'm sure Djokovic will pick his times fantastically. And Cam Norrie, I mean, great achievement to even get this far. We'll see what he can do, of course. That's all from me. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Do appreciate it. My prediction is Novak Djokovic in 4 sets. So Norrie to take a set, but we'll see. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe and well, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much.